I am Sueli Bonaparte, founding president of the Brazil-Florida Business Council. Today, we have the pleasure to welcome and meet the member, Marcelo Souccar, COO of Digibee. Welcome, Marcelo. How are you doing?
Hi, Sueli. Thanks for having me, and it's a pleasure, as always, to be part of the group. And I'm doing great. Everything is fine here in Florida.
That's wonderful. Could you tell us a little bit about Digibee and how it is helping its customers to accelerate the digital transformation?
Yeah, sure. So Digibee is a hybrid integration platform. We simplify the process, a very complex process, which is basically integration within systems and applications in high, mid-size, and large corporations. Overall, what we see is that challenge was, it became a huge challenge since the second computer was born. But now, with the digital transformation that we are all living in, that problem accelerates, hundreds and hundreds of times. And the main reason is what we're seeing in a lot of industries, like retail, CPG, with the whole change in how you do all the logistics. All your point of sales is not physical anymore. You need to go to the e-commerce solutions. You need to bring OMS solutions, so an order managing system. And overall, what we see is for you to build those solutions, you need to integrate systems. And in the past, those integrations were more related to integrations within systems in the same network, right? So you have to integrate your finance, accounting, HR solution with your CRM or your sales solution, right? But in the end of the day, all of those integrations were within your network. Nowadays, it's completely different. So now you have all your solutions distributed between your on-prem network and hybrid clouds, right? So you have a lot of solutions in Azure, in AWS, in Google, and those cloud solutions bring a lot of the new digital ecosystems that the majority of the customers and companies in multiple industries needed to accomplish everything that they were doing in, let's say, in the old days, let's put it like that, in this new different reality that we are all living in, not only because of the pandemic, but because of all the change that we are already seeing with the digital giants like Amazon, Azure, Facebook, and all the advance in technology that we are all being, witness of in today's world, right? With that, Digibee comes with a very interesting solution on facilitating how you build integrations and building those integrations not only 10 times faster, but with a different architecture and approach in such a way that it's easier for our final customer to solve multiple integration challenges using our solution. It's a cloud native platform with security dealing as a first priority for us. So that's what we are bringing to the market with Digibee platform.
Very impressive. You are based in South Florida.
Yeah.
What is your plan to enter the US market?
We raised a bridge fund here in Florida, and in this round we have raised $5 million to help us enter in the US market. And the whole strategy is we started from the East Coast, so we have our office here in Florida. We already have our second office in Denver, and we are already building our team throughout the East Coast here in the US. And we are starting the approach with solutions for retail, consumer product goods industry, financial service, and insurance. And we already have customers in those space, even here in US, as we started the operation since March. Even during the pandemic, we saw some traction, and we are already building not only our team, but also a good client base, a good reference to enter in the US market, using a lot of the funding that we already raised specifically for this journey on entering the US market, which is one of our main priorities, since Digibee was born since day one to be a global company.
Talking about global companies, a global company, can you please highlight or give some business cases of global clients?
Oh yeah, sure. We have, for example, Weir Minerals, which is a very interesting client. They had a challenge on integrating the HR globally with local HR. So they have a solution called Workday, and they needed to integrate with specific solutions. For example, in Brazil for payroll systems, we did all of that. We have some other clients, for example, like Sellers Funding, which is a fintech here in US, and they're also in England. And basically, they have the challenge of understanding a lot of the information from e-commerce solutions and marketplace like Amazon, eBay, Walmart, and so forward. And we help them to integrate and connect all those informations from customers that they need to receive the information for them actually to analyze all the credit and give the loans. We also have some interesting cases in financial service and also with software vendors. One very interesting case that we are doing with an e-commerce platform called VTEX is basically we were able to help them integrate their e-commerce platform with POS players here in the US, allowing them to enter the market without a lower friction on their onboarding process for the time for their customers to actually deploy the platform and start selling and bringing revenue. That process need a lot of integration, and a lot of times there was a friction. It took more time for the project to start and actually bring revenue for the customer. And we solved that by doing that partnership, and we are now deploying not only projects here in US, but also in Latin America with customers with more than 400 stores already doing the project with us together with VTEX.
That's wonderful. The US IT market is a very competitive market. Everybody wants to come into this very important consumer market. So how does Digibee differentiate from other more established players?
Oh, that's a very interesting question. So, of course, when we think about a global market, the US is one of the principal markets in terms of IT. And of course, not only for us, for any player who is entering the IT market, there is a lot of competition. So we see a lot of players. Some of those are in the market for many years, doing solutions like ESP, ETL, API gateways. Here, us in IT, we have a lot of those words, that do pieces of the integration journey, let's put it like that. And what we saw and really differentiate us is we put together an architecture that is built natively to operate in the cloud with what we call Kubernetes. And that allows us to have much more resilience, scalability, and security and performance in our integrations. More than that, since we built that model, it's very simple for us to operate in different regions, but even with cloud and on-prem solutions. So we can easily connect with solutions in multiple clouds or on-prem for our customers without the need to implement a huge stack of technology with a lot of servers, a lot of monitoring tools and things like that, simplifying the whole process in one single business approach. So we have just a SaaS model that once you step in, the only thing you need to do is explain the business rules, and we will build the pipelines inside our platform using what we call a low-code approach. So basically, you can build your integrations by just dragging and dropping. As you are assembling, for example, a workflow. And we did all that, bringing it all together in that architecture that it made simple for you to put something on your test environment, then in your production environment, and so on, with just 4 clicks. So the main thing that differentiates us is our architecture that is built for the cloud with security as a priority. But more than that, the design of our solution is a unique design, much more modern, and built for today's technology, not using a lot of what we saw as a trend 10 years ago, right? So that's one of our key differentiators to enter here in the US market.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you participating in Meet the Member, which you know it's a new initiative of the Brazil, Florida Business Council, where we would like to provide a platform for our members to showcase the company's products and service. So we are very proud to have you and Digibee as members of the Brazil, Florida Business Council. And thank you so much for supporting our mission. And at this point, I would like to pass the word to you for your final comments. Thank you, Marcelo.
Thank you, Sueli. I think it's a pleasure for us to be a member of Brazil, Florida Business Council. This journey, we're just starting our entry in US, and we already saw the huge commitment from all the members of the council, and also all the help that we are having from Brazil, Florida Business Council. And we wanna thank you, Sueli, for the great work that you are doing, and for everything Brazil, Florida Business Council is helping to create this innovation ecosystem between Brazil and Florida. That's great and wonderful.
Thank you very much, Marcelo, and stay safe.